I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the MBL Network. Holla.
That's right, it is playoff time here in the NBL. My favorite time of year is in just a couple days' time. We're going to have a Season 42 NBL Super Bowl champion, but it all starts here in the wild card round. Appreciate all you guys hanging out with us for NBL Live Broadcast 320 in the NBL Network. 320, we're 100 away from Porter's favorite episode ever of NBL Live. I'm Nick Mazesco, your NBL Network Director. I'm hanging out with the commissioner of the NBL. It is Bomber playoff time. In the NBL, we got the Falcons and the Redskins. We're going to have a game between the Jets and the Chiefs coming up later, and each one of these guys has an equal chance to win the NBL Super Bowl, except for Unisolated.
Unisolated's going to have a tough road here against Cringe, but he already got to stop early in this game, and he's driving down the field with Haskins. I'd like to see him not do any unnecessary hurdles that could potentially lead to turnovers, but one of the bright spots for the Washington Redskins this season has been Phillip Lindsay. He's been straight up balling in the ground attack, and not many people are talking about him, but 7.4 yards per carry. Let's see if that transfers over here into the playoffs.
Guys, let's get our NBL guys in here. It's light in here right now. This is playoff time. We need to get everybody in here. Tough times for Paco. It was delayed because of the holiday weekend. They were processing them yesterday and today, about 48 hours. We're going to give a big shout out to our NBL Live sponsor, Elgato. They've been sponsoring the NBL this entire season, this entire cycle. They've been a big supporter of the NBL from the beginning, so we want to say a big thank you to Elgato. Is looking over the top. That's good coverage by Keanu Neal. Check out Elgato.com if you want to up your streaming game. We got the Falcons and the Redskins. The Chiefs and the Jets going to be starting in just about 7 minutes time. And this Redskins defense got a stop on Atlanta on their first drive. 2 sacks, one by Ioannidis. And now they're driving 3rd and 9 for Dwayne Haskins coming out of the gun bunch. He's got Phillip Lindsay on his left hip. And he's going to hand it to Phillip Lindsay. An incredibly conservative play call, and it bites him in the butt, as now he's going to have to punt this ball away. Hey, Unisolated knows this is playoffs, right? This isn't like preseason week 2.
I like the run against the three down front there against the Falcons, but that was just the wrong run to call. That was just... it took too long to hand it off. The gap was wide open for the defender to shoot. I think they probably should have got a little bit more aggressive there and just looked to pick up 5 yards, 6 yards. Even if not the 3rd down conversion, they still would be in field goal range to try to put some points on the board here early.
Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Happy playoff time. Happy Tuesday. As this week just continues to get underway. You can see the Falcons, they got stopped on their first drive, but we know that they don't get stopped too often. Handoff Devontae Freeman. That's Holcomb with the tackle. Good user defensively from Ola Unisolated.
Yeah, he's actually looked pretty decent on the stick so far to start this game. One thing about the Washington Redskins, their defense is 24th in points allowed, 27th against the pass, 21st against the rush. So you got to wonder how long this defense can sustain, as they've looked great so far early in this game.
Brian dropping back on 2nd and 9, looking underneath. Dangerous throw to Austin Hooper, but it is caught. That's why he's one of the top tight ends. Big shout out to all the guys subbing. I saw Gibbs, I saw Bomber, I saw Z-Star. I think Z's at 21 months. And yeah, this is a great time to be subbing to the NBL Network, whether you're using your Twitch Prime, whether you're just re-upping, because it gifts emotes to other people in the chat. So right now, Porter just gifted 5. Gifted some to the NBL Network as well. So each time you sub, if it's a tier 1 sub, you give 5 rewards to 5 people. If you do a tier 2, it's 10 rewards to 10 people, and you get some holiday emotes. So it's a nice little thing from Twitch, and if you want to support other Madden streamers, make sure you sub to them now, because you can be gifting people in the chat some limited edition holiday emotes. 1st and 10 for Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Dropping back to pass on 1st down, waiting, looking. He's got all the time in the world. He's looking inside the bracket coverage. He finds Gray all the way across the field. Way too much time in the pocket for Matty Ice.
Yeah, this is a different style Atlanta Falcons team. Maybe same style, but different personnel, and it really has affected their passing attack. They are They're 13th offensively. Usually you see them about top 5, 4, 3, even probably up there in the top 2 at times with Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. Now it's Devin Gray, Calvin Ridley, and Austin Hooper. Julio Jones was really what made this thing go.
Ooh, Montez Sweat just picked up by the halfback, steps up in the pocket and delivers a strike to Calvin Ridley. He's taken over the number 1 spot, and just like that, Matty Ice and the Atlanta Falcons inside the red zone.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of pressure coming from the Washington Redskins front line, just a 4-man rush there, and Matt Ryan, not the lightest on his feet. It didn't look too pretty, but it was right on target, and now they're inside the red zone, opportunity to put the first points on the board.
TO1313 says, great halfback block. Motor says, I'm here for the Freddie Kitchens impersonations. 1st and 10, handoff to Devontae Freeman. Not a whole lot of room left side. He'll get 2.
Yeah, I heard in the Browns playbook when you go to goal line, it actually
5 wide,
is
baby.
5 wide.
It's all 5 wide, baby. It's the Freddie special. Can't wait to go to that game on Sunday. Thanks, Train, for letting me get those tickets. 2nd down and 8. Oh, let me fix that. All right, 2nd and 8. Ryan stepping out of the right side, being pressured, and down goes Ryan. That's Ioannidis. You notice Ryan has his X Factor activated, which allows him to break the first sack in the pocket. The problem was, old Kringle, he just rolled out with him and got him outside the pocket. Ioannidis said, thank you very much.
I think it still should be activated, though. I think it only goes inactive on the no, there it is. It's done. I thought it was on an incompletion for that one. Matt Ryan, on the season, he was sacked 54 times. That's a career high this Madden cycle. 44, 36 in the previous 2 seasons. So he's definitely struggling here without Julio Jones.
Ryan Wobster in the chat. What's going on, man? 3rd and 20 for Ryan and the Falcons. Dropping back to pass. Only a 3-man rush. It's still going to get there. Ball's out. It's picked up by one of the offensive linemen. Brown with the alert play. Could have been a disaster on 3rd down. Atlanta keeps possession and will have to attempt a 46-yard field goal.
3-man rush, able to get to the backfield and get to Matt Ryan and creating a fumble. You got to wonder, how underrated is this Washington Redskins defense? Or are they just showing up to play today?
No, this Washington defense is good. I've said that I think they might have the best O-line, or excuse me, the best D-line in the NBL.
Yeah, they made a nice trade with the New York Jets early on, so they were able to pair Leonard Williams with Montez Sweat on that front line. Obviously, in the back end, you got Landon Collins, but this is a severely underperforming defense that looks like they still have a lot of talent on paper, and it's starting to come to fruition here in the wild card round.
1st and 10 for the Washington Redskins, stopped on their first drive of the game. But this is their 2nd attempt to put some points on the board, down 3-0 here in this NFC wildcard matchup. Dwayne Haskins dropping back to pass. He'll look underneath. He'll find Richardson. Picks up a 1st down and a little more, getting to the 37-yard line. Running a little bit of that Dubes offense.
Yeah, no, it's much shorter than that. There was no 10-yard gains. If I'm Paul Richardson, though, I'm going to get by this linebacker, and then I'm just going to kind of walk out of bounds. I'm not going to take any big hits. There can't be any turnovers for the Washington Redskins on the offensive side of the ball, so they got to be smart here.
Flying sky high. Appreciate it, man. As no room on the left side for Philip Lindsay. 3 carries, -5 yards. This Washington O-line, it has struggled at times to open up some holes for Philip Lindsay.
Yeah, you got a guy averaging 7.4 yards per carry, but right now it's been quite the opposite for Philip Lindsay. Hasn't been able to get going, and primarily because just the offensive line is not held up at all.
2nd and 16. Haskins waiting. He's waiting for that crossing route to get open. He's got Styles. Oh, and he's in open space. 30, 25, and he'll step out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Dwayne Haskins stands tall in the clean pocket and delivers a strike to one of the young rising stars, Styles.
Yeah, okay, on that situation, I wouldn't have gone out of bounds with James Styles, rookie wide receiver. This guy's 6'6", 218. You got those safeties coming on your hip. I would have put a stiff arm out there and see if I could pick up a couple more yards.
Haskins nowhere to go to pass it, so he'll just take off. He'll pick up his, we'll give him 8 yards on the play, set up a 2nd and 2.
Really like what I've seen so far from this offense. You've seen Haskins on the run, throwing dots, in the pocket, throwing dots right there, stepping up, maybe a little shaky at first, picks up 8 yards. This is going to put him in a nice position. Let's see if they go back to the run here, as it looks like you probably could pick it up with a little inside zone here.
Down to 2, 3 wide to the left side, 110 on the right side. They're going to drop back to pass. Quick throw up the seam. That's Njoku. Good hit by Des Trufant. Going for the quick pass. I would have liked him actually to dump it off to the flat because Phil Lindsay had no one around him.
Wide open. I mean, that's would have been the Dubes offense there. You would rip it right to the flat. Everybody was focusing in on David Njoku right there. The entire zones, it looked like 3 guys. It almost was like blown coverage, and Haskins trusts the strength of his arm and tries to drive it in there. But yeah, Philip Lindsay to the flat might have been able to get to the pylon.
At the very least, Philip Lindsay had 2 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, 3rd and 2. 3-0 the score. Can Washington keep the drive alive? They're going to hand it off. Oh, that's Bryce Love, and we're loving what Bryce is bringing to the table. Into the end zone, the easiest touchdown for the 3rd-year player out of Stanford.
Yeah, a lot of people counted this Washington Redskins team out. 9-7, kind of limped into the playoffs, won the division. But I'm telling you, the way they look in this first quarter, first half, they have been very impressive, especially on the defensive side of the ball. If they can continue to get pressure on Matt Ryan with the 3-man, 4-man rushes in drop coverage, it's going to be a long day for the Atlanta Falcons.
How about Bryce Love coming into the game, delivering a spark, nice little touchdown run from 16 yards out. And now, what sort of answer does Atlanta have? They've had trouble containing this Washington Redskins pass rush, and it's been a problem for a lot of teams, Bomber. This Redskins team, it seems like they are, in much in the words of our goddess Katy Perry, they are either hot or cold. Like sometimes this team looks like a top 10 team in the NBL, and then they'll go out and lay an egg and lose by 30.
Yeah. The talent is there, though. If you look at the sacks, obviously led 19 by Montez Sweat. Iodonis with 11, but you have a lot of guys with 3+ sacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can count 6 guys with 3 or more, and 3 of those have 5 or more. So it's coming from all different variations, all different sets, and all different personnel.
Yeah, Bryce Love is not a generated player. Bryce Love out of Stanford, an actual running back. Had a great career for David Shaw in Stanford as another pass to Gray. So far, they're doing a nice job of containing Calvin Ridley, but Gray is eating up the other side of the field.
Yeah, Landon Collins has to make a play here. We know he can hit. We know he can cover, but I want to see him lay the lumber here and force a turnover. 93 hit power, 6 foot 218. I need to see him lay the lumber there on Gray and jar the ball loose.
So Bananas delayed the start of his game. He goes, I got something to do. That was just a really bad click on. Delayed the start of his game. He said, I'm not going to be ready at 9. Tells Lip 9:15. He messaged me now at 9:18. I'll be ready in 10.
Well, that's the main event. That's what it gets. That's Hulk Hogan versus, what do you think?
Ultimate Warrior. It's the Super.
Maybe an In-Your-House main event. Who's Ultimate Warrior then?
Somebody who is all flash and no substance.
Maybe
that is Bananas. 1st and 10. 3 wide, set to the left side, 1 to the right side. For Matt Ryan in the offense, driving back to pass on 1st down, waiting, looking, good coverage downfield, and ball is out again. This time it's picked up by Montez Sweat. Oh, is Washington on the upset trail to knock out the Atlanta Falcons?
So we were blaming the offensive line earlier. This one's completely on Matt Ryan. His inability to move in the pocket, to climb the pocket with any kind of efficiency and speed. You're just seeing a guy at the end of his career kind of just becoming a sitting duck for the Atlanta Falcons. They definitely, I would think, Matt Ryan is not going to be their starting quarterback in NBL season 43. I could see them really trying to get athletic at that position.
Hand off to Philip Lindsay, cut way too far right into the tackle.
He did.
Spongy with the tier 1 gift in the sub to Tony210. Shout out to Gub in the chat. What's going on, Gub? Good to see you, man. Happy holidays. 2nd down and 6 for the Washington Redskins into this single back deuce close. Another conservative call, another stretch run for Lindsay, but this time he gets into open space. 45-40, he'll step out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Philip Lindsay finally finds some room to work with.
Yeah, they're staying with the running attack. That's one of those runs on 2nd down. If he doesn't pick up anything, we're all sitting here playing, coach from the couch, and we're going to say, that was such a bad play call. What are they doing? But right there, it works. And now we're thinking, yeah, you got to stay with this run, got to stay balanced. That's what's going to make this team dangerous down the stretch. Pressed up on the receivers on the outside. Let's see if Haskins can get over the top.
They got some burners out there. Haskins dropping back. Good coverage over the top, but he's got the crossing route. All sorts of open. Easy pass to Terry McLaurin, a player you cannot leave open. First time out taken by Washington. Boy, Bomber, if they score a touchdown here before the half, the whole complexion of this game changes.
Yeah, 100%. can't throw in a pick now. OSU just jinxed it. The old broadcaster jinxed it.
I said if.
Let's talk about scary.
They are
things.
25 of 25 from the 11-yard line. That's a jinx.
Yeah, definitely.
Tight formation. And again, Washington doesn't really have a consistent run game. Only been able to break 2 runs today, and the other ones have gone for negative. It's been boom or bust. Haskins with 3-man rush, dropping back. They look underneath to Terry McLaurin.
Get out of bounds, man. Just run out of bounds there.
But he picked up an extra half yard, sir.
Yeah, you get out of bounds at 2nd and 5. Now, essentially, it's almost as if you had 3 timeouts. Now, you can't even run the ball here. I would have liked them to get out of bounds and still have an opportunity to hand the ball off.
Gubb, yes, JB won the Super Bowl last year. Haskins dropping back 2nd and 4, looking left side, high pass, looking for Joey Styles, nowhere to go. Nice defensive play. I would have liked to see Haskins actually take off there with that pancake on the left side.
I'd actually like to see maybe a quarterback power run here. You got a timeout. I think that might catch him a little off guard or quarterback draw. Because look at this front. It's spread.
It dropped everybody on all the first 2 plays. It's been drop coverage. They can pick up a first down. They run the RPO. Oh, my Lord. That was stopped the whole way. Cringe clicked on and embarrassed himself as he's into the end zone. A touchdown for the Redskins. They go up by 2 scores.
Yeah, Haskins did not place that ball really well.
It's supposed to be an RPO, a run pass option, but it was a P the whole time. He didn't even think about handing the ball off.
Yeah, and he kind of threw it behind the receiver. You want to put a little out in front of him and leading to the sideline so he can kind of transition into being a runner. Haskins didn't do him a great favor, but it ended up working out because Cringe clicked on and completely whiffed there.
Isaiah Oliver not able to make the play. 3 seconds left. Bomber, did you see this game going in 14-3 at halftime with Washington on top?
No, not at all. And I've been really impressed with Washington. But one thing's certain about these 2 users, Unisolated is a 100% choke artist in the second half, and Cringe knows how to clutch up. So I expect a different result in the second half.
Cougs in the chat throwing up his IHKs. Freeman's going to keep it, and he's got some room, but Hodges, nice shed, and we'll go into halftime. 14-3. Porter says, Bomber's smirking right now because we know that you ain't IHK.
But hate is the new love. So it's nothing but love for Cringe. And Washington's going to get the ball to start the second half. Now, this is where they can get in trouble, Nick. If they get a little too loose with the ball and turn it over, I'd like to see them at least come away with a field goal here. But I'm not going to get into this risky try to drive the ball down the field. You have to stay within yourself. It's been working fine now. You're up 14-3. Don't do anything crazy where you turn the ball over. You got an opportunity to go up 2 scores.
Coog saying someone sent ISO a FIFA game request to throw him off. Downside. I'm surprised Atlanta, they're in man right now. I haven't run a ton of man. It's been a lot of dropped cover 3s, and Washington been able to hit those crossing routes in between the zones. Let's see if there's any defensive adjustments from the Atlanta Falcons in the second half. Dwayne Haskins, he'll hand it to Philip Lindsay. Right side, gets outside, juke move back inside, and he'll pick up 5.
That is some patient running there for Philip Lindsay, and I looked at the stats. I said 7.4 yards per carry. That is the highest in the NBL.
If I'm on isolate, I'm challenging that right away. He got to the 27. Like, it's not even close.
Yeah, that's a bad spot.
A horrible spot.
You would usually say home cooking right here. Quite the opposite.
Well, he's going to say, guess what? I'm good with the extra 2 yards. I don't really need them. That was a weird little animation, and it worked. Oh, Philip Lindsay made Ricardo Allen look silly as he tried to hit stick Casper the Friendly Ghost and missed. Philip Lindsay inside the 50-yard line.
It just seems like the Washington Redskins are re-energized. At times during the season, we would see them play exceptionally well, as you said, and then there would be the low spots. Right now, it seems like this young team, first time in a playoff game, is bringing a whole lot of energy right now. And Atlanta, I guess, assumed this was going to be a cakewalk.
First down and 10 for Dwayne Haskins. 3 wide receivers to the left side. He'll hand it off to Bryce Love. And there's Deion Jones, the beast in the middle, getting inside and taking down Bryce Love for a loss of 2.
See, that's one thing I don't like about those shotgun runs, because when you have a linebacker that's so athletic, so smart, so dominating like Deion Jones, you don't want to allow him to be able to shoot that gap. So I would like to go into some kind of power run or wham or something up the middle out of a single back set.
Second down and 12. Haskins dropping back, 4-man rush from the Atlanta Falcons. Waiting, looking, pressure. That's Vic Beasley, and down goes Dwayne as Vic Beasley with the sack. And just like that, Washington's back into a 3rd and 26.
Yeah, once again, right here, you just got to play it safe and punt the ball. Maybe take a look down the field if you can get some cover 3 one-on-one down the sideline. But if I'm Haskins in this Washington Redskins team, I would have liked to run the ball in that last play. I thought the right side, the guard, the tackle really could have double-teamed and got to that next level for the halfback, but right there, they're in a very tough situation.
And here you go. The Falcons going to be sending the heat here. This looks like a little 3-sting buzz press, something like that. It's a whole lot of pressure coming. Empty backfield for Dwayne. Does he recognize the pressure? That corner's going to be screaming off the left side. Here comes the pressure. Dwayne going deep, looking for McLaurin over the top. And Sheffield with a nice swat. Great click on by Cringe. Calm, cool, and collected. And Atlanta, a big drive upcoming as they'll get the ball back.
Yeah, that was the stop that they needed. They flipped the field on them. Once they got past midfield, I thought Washington was going to do a better job trying to solidify themselves into field goal range. Instead, Dwayne Haskins takes a sack, and Atlanta now is able to avoid allowing the Washington Redskins to put up any points. So 14-3, all things considered, Atlanta's got to be feeling pretty fortunate right now.
I'll be interested to see one part of Atlanta that I think they need to go back to. They need to run Devontae Freeman more because they don't have Julio and Calvin just able to chuck it up a bunch. Opening up that pass game with some runs to Devontae Freeman could help as they toss it out to Freeman. He's got one man to beat. Does make a miss, but a nice collapse on the right side of the line. No gain on the play for Freeman.
I've been really impressed with the linebacker core for the Washington Redskins, their pursuit angles and their ability to close out yardage on the halfback has been almost game-saving because if 57 doesn't get over here, he's going to just run right by that corner, and he's going to take off down the sideline, might even be to the house.
Look for that post route to Calvin Ridley. That's where he's looking on 2nd and 10, and he throws right to it, and boy, that should have been a pick.
Yeah, 57 dropping into coverage there on that little Tampa 2. He just way overshot it and went for the pick as well, it looks like. And Ridley was able to come back to the ball on that click on and get back in the play. But if you're a wide receiver and you're Calvin Ridley right there, Nick, you're just trying to break that up because that was not a good read. That was into double coverage. That's not something, if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, you want to see here on this first drive in the second half.
And just like that, it's 3rd and 10 for Ryan and the Falcons, a little bit out of their element on the road. Rolling out, pressure's coming, down goes Ryan. That was Strowman on the corner blitz, and just like that, man, Atlanta, I thought he was clicking on exit game, I'll be honest. I was like, oh, as Atlanta's in trouble. And now he's taking a look at Shadow's alignment and trying to figure out what is going on. How do I stop this?
Yeah, I think he's trying to see who's on the left and who's on the right, maybe to adjust his offensive line. That's what I'm thinking he's thinking.
Unfortunately, on the left, he's got Leonard Williams, and on the right, he's got Montez Sweat. Kook saying, I thought we lost Cringe.
He had a man naked, wide open on that crossing route. Just a little too late pulling the trigger. And Matt Ryan, obviously, this is an older quarterback sitting at, 38 years old, 37 years old. 79 overall now. Definitely has regressed a lot here for the Atlanta Falcons as they're now punting out of their own end zone. He's only 36, but I feel like this is his last year with the Atlanta Falcons.
Boston Scott steps out of bounds, and boy, 14-3, ball at the 43-yard line. Washington can put this game away right here.
Yeah, a touchdown, I think, might just, with the amount of time left, could put it away. But I think even a field goal, I'm in a pretty good spot if I'm the Redskins because my defense has played so well.
On 1st and 10, it's going to be a little pop pass action to Terry McLaurin. He'll pick up 3. Nice safe play on 1st down, just get a bit of yards.
Yeah, it's been real conservative offensively in the passing attack. They have taken some shots deep. I think maybe 2 of the 7 completions, but it's been really Phillip Lindsay being able to pick up a lot of yards in key situations like this one, 2nd and 7.
And it's 2nd and 7 for the Redskins. It's Haskins in the shotgun one more time. Phillip Lindsay, he's going to go in motion to the right side. Haskins waiting, looking. He's looking for the post route. That is way overshot. Luckily, Keanu Neal playing pretty shallow in that cover 3 zone. It went right over his head. If you're going to miss, you might as well miss enough so nobody catches it.
Did anybody catch that late hit on Dwayne Haskins, he released that ball way out of his hands, and Atlanta was able to take him down to the ground.
Well, 3rd and 7. Can Atlanta take advantage of that break? Can Washington take advantage of the break that it's not going the other way? Looks like pressure shown from the Falcons on the left side. Trips to the left, one tight end on the right, little pistol trips tight end. Haskins, that's cross drag. He's being chased, though, and he's going to get dragged to the ground as Foyesade Olukun with the sack, and he's going to have to punt the ball back to Cringe. You got to think, you give Cringe enough opportunities, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, I just didn't like the 2nd and 7 call. You put the halfback on the little motion to the flat. It doesn't really draw any attention, and you drive the ball dangerously down the middle of the field. Atlanta's defense is starting to come up big, get some stops, but you just got to wonder how long can these Redskins hold off the Atlanta Falcons. Right now, 3 points on the board. We're all kind of shocked and surprised by that, but you have to think, now is what, the 7th drive of the game for the Atlanta Falcons? I expect them to kind of figure it out.
Well, just like that. Look at that. We got a little dual screen Super Show action as Banana shows up 30 minutes late, but they finally kicked it off. The Chiefs and the Jets, left side of screen, right side. 3rd quarter action between the Falcons and the Redskins. And how about the Redskins get their 8th sack on the day? This one from Montez Sweat. And Bomber, it hasn't just been one guy. It's been all over the defensive line and even the cornerbacks.
How fast is he coming off that edge? Montez Sweat finding himself in the backfield and just really has that blazing speed to close out to Matt Ryan. So quickly, Matt Ryan didn't even see him coming.
2nd and 20. Ryan driving back to pass. 3-man rush from the Redskins. And he went for the aggressive catch there. Boy, that could have been just an easy possession catch for a first down. Instead, look at all the red jerseys combining on Calvin Ridley. I'm starting to think somebody else is playing for Cringe, not somebody else is playing for Unisolated. These are uncharacteristic mistakes from Cringe.
Yeah, a little sloppy right now. A little shook by this pass rush, I think. And it's causing him not to really think ahead. He's thinking just what's in front of him right now.
Well, gun bunch for the Atlanta Falcons. Gray's going to split out wide right. Ridley split out wide left. Devontae Freeman on the left hip of Matt Ryan. A little pressure. It's coming from the right side. He's going to have to get rid of it. That's a long dig route, and Ridley gets to the ball.
Wow.
Standing in the face of pressure, Matt Ryan delivers a strike to Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, I don't understand the user manning up anywhere else. That's where I would have been on Calvin Ridley because that's the only receiver that I'm really threatened that can get open deep down the field right there. As you see, he puts him on a dig and then smart routes it up the field to pick up that first down.
Now clock running down towards the 4th quarter. The Falcons survive a 3rd and 20. Could that be what they need to get the momentum on their side? 4-man rush from the Redskins. That one batted down the pass rush once again, getting in the face of Matt Ryan. And at some point, you got to think the Atlanta Falcons, who admittedly do like to drive the ball down the field, they're going to have to hit something underneath to soften up the pressure.
Yeah, use Calvin Ridley less as a vertical threat and maybe more as east and west. Some shallow crosses, some slants. Get him open, and you can throw him the ball while he's moving, and he can pick up that yards after the catch.
By the way, the Kansas City Chiefs just picked off the New York Jets. You can see that on the left side of your screen. But we're here with the Redskins and the Falcons. It's mid-blitz. It's picked up nicely. Corner out to Gray. The usual is out there. Goes for the strip, and Gray's in open space. 15, 10. He's inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. Some suspect usering on the side of Unisolated. And the Atlanta Falcons, hurry up offense. Will they get this playoff before the 4th quarter? They will not. Put your 4s up in the chat. This game has just turned interesting.
That's a big tackle. The tackle at the 6 is huge for the Washington Redskins because...
Oh, my God. By the way, did you see the
yeah, that was just an amazing
Michael
throw
Gallup
by Patrick Mahomes right there.
Anyway, yeah, that was a huge tackle. Carry on.
Yeah, let's see if Washington's front can kind of stop him here. We haven't seen much from Devontae Freeman, and if they're as good as they've looked, they're going to be a tough score here inside the 6.
I thought he might quick throw to Freeman. Goes for the high pass to Hooper. Pressure's there. Just goes into row 1. 2nd and goal. I think you're going to have to find Devontae Freeman because the Washington Redskins are dropping back with their outside corners and really letting Freeman run free in the flat. If you have him on a wheel route, you can hit him as he turns upfield, and you can probably find the end zone.
Yeah, you might. On that play, you might actually have been able to just put him on a go up the field, right off the tackle right there. Just, I feel like the middle of the field was wide open, and he missed Hooper early, or he missed the middle of the field. Whoever was in the middle of the field by the S&K on Redskins, he was naked.
Cook saying he had B wide open in the middle. 2nd and goal. Play clock down inside of 5 seconds. Still completing this very long flip of the play. 3 seconds. Hands it off. Freeman right up Main Street. And Devontae Freeman is into the end zone. And the pressure gets ramped up on the Washington Redskins as those Atlanta Falcons, they're knocking.
And here comes the collapse for the Washington Redskins. Unless they can clutch up here and put some points on the board. They're 0 for 2 already in the second half. They've had 2 possessions. Atlanta's going to be going for 2 here. They're going to get real aggressive. If they don't pick this up, a field goal still would give them an 8-point lead here. So this is a very aggressive go for 2 here for Atlanta.
They're running this. It's the dive with the little smoke screen to the outside. Let's see what they decide to do. RPO option. Blitz brought, and Freeman says, no problem. I don't know if that's the right read when you see all linebackers collapse on the inside, but it was a beautiful run by Freeman, and it's a 3-point ball game here in the wild card round.
Does Dwayne Haskins, I'm going to ask the chat, does he have what it takes here to go on a clutch drive and respond here for the Washington Redskins?
Guap drive. Does Dwayne Haskins have a guap drive? And let's check in while we have a quick second, while the Redskins are back in their own territory. The New York Jets, Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City picked off Darnold on their first drive, able to score a touchdown. Michael Gallup with a touchdown catch. And now the Jets facing a 3rd and 5 against a Chiefs defense much maligned. This is a Chiefs team that is very comfortable giving up a lot of points. They just score a lot as well. Can they get another stop on Sammy Darnold? 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end as Darnold drops back to pass. 4-man rush from the Chiefs. He's just going to hit the drag route underneath. That's Robbie Anderson. That's a first down.
Yeah, that's just too easy. Robbie Anderson does a great job getting some depth on that drag and picking it up.
Philip Lindsay held on to that?
Wow.
Oh!
He's been phenomenal today. As you see, coming down, was that Keanu Neal, lays the lumber.
Oh! And that's Keanu Neal, who has some hit power behind him.
Watch Le'Veon for the Jets.
Right up the middle. Cuts back outside. 5. Touchdown, Jets. They do it with the ground game. Le'Veon Bell finding the end zone.
Yeah, you didn't see much from Le'Veon Bell this season. The 29-year-old kind of lost his spot early on this year to the rookie who was phenomenal, Harmon Bentley. Le'Veon Bell only 1 rushing touchdown this entire season, but when the playoffs come, the big players come out to play, and right there, Le'Veon Bell put 7 on the board for the New York Jets. We're all tied up.
And 14-11 in this game, 5-12 and counting the fourth quarter. Haskins, single back ace, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, Philip Lindsay in the backfield. Surveying the defense. Not making, nope, he's changing the play now. He's going to go to an empty set. See how the Atlanta Falcons match up defensively to this empty backfield for Dwayne Haskins. It's a 3-man rush, so perfect time for the 3-man rush. That's Styles. He gets clocked. Ball pops up in the air, and lucky it's not going the other way. Nice defense from the Atlanta Falcons.
You got a possession catch that if you're Styles. I know the rookie's still trying to figure it out, but over the middle of the field in the playoffs, you're going to get popped. All he has to do is get down right there, and he's okay. And they're past midfield, almost into field goal range. Right now, Washington faces a 2nd and 10. Going away from the run a little bit, too.
14-11 the score. Do they give Philip Lindsay the ball here in this crucial situation? Man cover shown by the Washington Redskins. They're going to change that to a little zone action. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers for Haskins. They'll give it to Philip Lindsay. Nice shed on the left side. That was Vic Beasley with the shed. Haven't heard a lot, Bomber, from Mr. Tack McKinley, who had himself a whale of a season.
Yeah, he was phenomenal. One of the best pass rushers in the NBL. Kind of struggling right now.
Well, let's see if we can get to the quarterback here on 3rd and 6. Empty backfield for Haskins, 5 wide. Tack McKinley on the right side. Can he get home? As that's a deep pass for Patty Mahomes. By the way, he just dropped a dime. Another touchdown for the Chiefs. 3rd and 6. Redskins, they're going deep. Can Allen get into play? He can. Nice swat by Ricardo Allen. And if you're a Redskins fan, because you're about to punt the ball back to the Atlanta Falcons with plenty of time on the clock.
Yeah, missed opportunities for the Washington Redskins in the second half have yet to put up any points. Atlanta's first score came on their last drive. They were able to get 6 on the board, plus 2 for the 2-point conversion.
Well, Dobbs returns this to the 15-yard line, 85 yards away from taking the lead. Could he get... I mean, he can definitely, that 2-point conversion comes into play, Bomber, because he can tie it up, but Atlanta's thinking about putting a touchdown on the board.
Yeah, they're trying to take this game and put it away.
Right on 1st and 10, he'll hand it to Freeman. Avoids the user, but is It's Holcomb in the middle of that defense. Holcomb's having himself a heck of a game. We got two great middle linebackers in this game between Deion Jones and Holcomb.
Yeah, 57 for the Redskins has been flying everywhere. As you see, he drops there. Looks like he's going to be a deep third. That slant should be wide open if he goes to it. Looks like he's switching to play.
He is, Ryan. There's pressure. It's picked up nicely. Looks to the corner out. Austin Hooper. Oh, that's vintage Matt Ryan. Drops it in the bucket. A little corner route to Austin Hooper.
Yeah, I'd like to see it click on 20 there and try to make a play. Doesn't happen.
1st and 10 for Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. 2 tight ends. Still handed Freeman. Cuts back inside on the stretch and just clips his own man. Boy, if he doesn't stumble there, Freeman picks up at least 10 yards.
Yeah, Atlanta's offense is looking a lot more dangerous as they're starting to run the ball. A little less predictable here as far as run-pass ratio, and it's really helping them out and paying dividends.
2nd and 7. 3 wide receiver to the right, 1 on the left side. Austin Hooper stays into block. 4-man rush from the Redskins. Boy, the offensive line protected Matt Ryan a little better. Gray will step out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Another first down for the Atlanta Falcons.
That's too easy, just a drag route across the field. Gray's done a phenomenal job. We've seen out routes, posts, drag routes. He's pretty much been a do-it-all kind of receiver for the Atlanta Falcons.
Another 3 wide set. They'll hand it to Devontae Freeman right up the middle. Hodges trying to run him down, but Freeman in open space picks up 20. And Atlanta, a complete turnaround from the first half.
Yeah, you're seeing the offense starting to move the chains, and it's effective. You're seeing first downs turn to first downs as opposed to them getting themselves into these 3rd and longs that they had in the first half.
Ryan changes play. He'll go empty backfield against the Washington Redskins. Freeman split out a wide receiver in the slot on the right side. 5-man rush. Oh, he had him beat with a user. Can he get it there? Ridley back in the end zone. It is out of bounds, incomplete. He had him beat off the top, but Ryan a little late to throw that ball. Just no room for anybody to make a play.
Yeah, that was almost he almost got his feet down. That was a spectacular play, and that was all on Matt Ryan. He's late to throw the ball, and the ball hung in the air entirely too long, allowed the defense to kind of catch back up.
Now on 2nd and 10. 3 wide set to the left, 1 to the right side. Ito Smith in at halfback on the left hip of Matt Ryan. He's gonna be looking for that post route with Gray on the right side. He's also got Austin Hooper on that right side of the formation. Ryan dropping back to pass. He's got the post route right over the linebacker. That is Gray. First down, Atlanta to the 10-yard line.
That was a nice little catch right there. A little speed post gets open. Gray, I'm telling you, he has a multitude of routes, and he is getting open against man coverage, zone coverage, whatever you want to throw at him. He's just making big plays here in the playoffs.
And just like that, 2-minute warning. By the way, we got a 14-14 game in our other semifinal. We will bring that into focus at the completion of this game. But we're staying with this one as Atlanta's inside the 10-yard line, down by 3. And if you're Atlanta Bomber, is this where you turn on shoot clock and you go, guess what? We're gonna either tie the game up and give you no timeouts, or we're gonna take the lead and use a bunch of this clock.
That's a good question. I would think they're probably gonna burn a little bit of clock, but I think they're gonna score here on first down.
Well, it's a stretch run for Freeman. He gets a yard.
I mean on 2nd down.
Oh, got it. Okay, sorry. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us in the chat. It's NBL Live Broadcast 320 on the NBL Network. Look at the Chiefs. They just hit another bomb over the top. We're going to go up 21-14 in that game. I'm Nick Mazesko, your NBL Network Director, hanging out with Bomber, the Commissioner of the NBL. Appreciate you guys tuning in for some playoff NBL Live. 2nd down and 8 for Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons, down by 3. It was a 14-3 game at halftime. It has been all Atlanta pretty much in the second half, and especially here in the 4th quarter. Ryan in the pistol. Look at him use that clock. Hands it to Ridley. Little stop and go, but the interior of that Redskins defense is very good. They'll use their first timeout.
Yeah, smart timeout there. 3rd and 7 is basically touchdown or bust for the Falcons. It's not like they're going to be able to, get to the 1-yard line and burn the rest of the clock out. So Washington says, hey, if you get a field goal here, give us some time to try to get ourselves in field goal range.
Now a 3rd and 7 for Ryan. And the Atlanta Falcons to come out big set. 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver, and Devontae Freeman in the backfield. Calvin Ridley.
Here we go.
Split wide left. Minute 18 to go in this wild card game. Ryan's dropping back to pass. Waiting. He's going to throw to Hooper in the flat. He'll pick up a yard, but Washington gets the stop they need. Now the Redskins only need a field goal to tie this game up. The Redskins defense with some great red zone defense.
Yeah, only a field goal to win the game is what the Redskins are looking at if Atlanta knocks down this field goal.
Oh! Well, that was that lucky there was a little bit of wind coming from that side as the New York Jets with a big play. By the way, you can keep track of that game on the left side, but we're going to stay full screen with Atlanta and Washington. Bomber almost disaster from the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
They almost missed that field goal to tie the game up.
Yeah, that was a little chippy right there that almost went south.
These are the final 2 wild card games. Final 2, right? The other 2 have been played, right? He says confidently. All right.
Absolutely.
Houston Texans are into the next round, and the Seattle Seahawks are into the divisional round. First down and 10 for Washington. Empty backfield for Dwayne Haskins. Haskins dropping back, looking left side to Styles, and he is lucky that one is not housed, as it was covered the entire way and almost ended up in the hands of the safety.
Yeah, you got to get away from these motion halfback kind of decoys. No one's really falling for it out of that set. We all know what's coming, and right there, that was just a terrible read. He just predetermined where he was going and tried to zip it in there.
Eho in the chat saying, I feel like a pick is coming.
Oh, yeah, 100%. He's going to throw this game away.
Go to a little double box for a little bit because the New York Jets are inside the red zone. They're going to kick a field goal, so this was pointless. Haskins looking left side, corner route. Little Terry McLaurin action to the 38-yard line, and most importantly, he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yeah, I thought 26 was going to be able to get a click on there, maybe get an over-the-shoulder interception. Didn't happen. Haskins got away with one there, but nice possession, Cats. A nice roll out of bounds, stopping the clock, as you said. Redskins driving.
First and 10. 3 wide set for Haskins. 4-man rush. Good coverage down the field. He's going to look over the top, looking for Phillip Lindsay off the wheel. It was well covered. A nice job by the safety. I believe that's Ricardo Allen getting over to bat that ball away and cover up the former Denver Bronco running back.
Yeah, I think Njoku got open on a little dig on the right side. Was wide open, just completely beat his man. But at that point, Haskins had already locked in to that wheel route.
And, well, he's going to find Phillip Lindsay one more time. Ooh, I think he is just short of the line of the game. Let's see what they say. Indeed, 3rd and inches, 46 seconds and counting. Do you think about running the ball if you're Washington with only 1 timeout remaining?
That is a great question. I don't know. Haven't thought about it. Haven't been in this situation. What does he have for 3rd and inches? We're going to find out here.
3rd and inches, looking underneath. That's Njoku.
Wow.
What? It was Keanu Neal doing as the New York Jets going to get an interception, but Keanu Neal had an opportunity the entire way. Washington, they used their final timeout. It'd be a 59-yard field goal from here. Defensively, what sort of adjustments are you making if you're Atlanta?
If I'm the Atlanta Falcons right here,
All 3 timeouts.
I'm probably playing hard flats here and just getting really aggressive in case he does try to pass to the sideline and tries to look.
Harmon Bentley.
It looks like Harmon Bentley.
He just pieced out.
Hey, he's to the house. This guy was amazing this season as a rookie. Probably the most impactful rookie halfback that I've seen in NBL history, and we have a lot of history in the NBL.
Hello? Is
Hello?
Washington about to take a...
Wow. That's terrible.
I would love to know what happened there. Oh, that drops them back to a 64-yard field goal. 1st and 15, a crucial penalty. Just falling asleep at the wheel. And Njoku's going to split off the line.
Hands are probably shaking, doesn't know what's going on here.
Knees weak,
Here comes
arms
the
are
pitch.
heavy. There's vomit on a sweater already. Mom spaghetti. Haskins dropping back to pass. Pressure picked up nicely. Waiting, looking. He's taking a shot, looking for Njoku.
Oh,
He's going to get a DPI. He's going to get a DPI down the field.
Cringe got way too aggressive there. He didn't need to do that at all. He was completely locked up. He didn't need to go for the pick. He could have just gone for the swat like he's been doing earlier. Instead, he goes for the pick while he's chest to chest with him. Oh man, that is tough.
Washington's going to kick this ball. 16 seconds left. Iced field goal, left hash mark. A 45-yard attempt to take the lead.
No way he makes this, right?
He's a pretty good kicker. If it was Ric Flair, I'd say no way. Ball is down. The kick is up. Right down Broad Street. The Redskins take the lead. Atlanta. 2 timeouts, and their high-powered offense, they need to get into field goal range. Spongy asking, why is he kicking already? Because he had 0 timeouts. I don't mind the call. I would have liked to probably see a run play to a quick spike. It would have been a long run off, but he leaves 12 seconds on the clock. All right, if you are Washington, are you just playing
Quarters,
3 deep?
3 deep.
Yep,
Yeah.
3 deep,
Quarters,
man
3
up.
deep man. That's what I'm doing, and I'm pressing up. I'm not going to allow you to walk into any out routes and get out of bounds. I'm going to press up, and if you want to beat me, it's going to be over the middle of the field, and then I'm going to run quarters 3 deep man again.
By the way, if you're watching this game and you're going, wow, this wild card action is great. If you're not on mobile, if you're on desktop watching this on your TV, you can see on the left side of your screen. It's a 28-24 game. They're not at halftime yet, so plenty of offense to come in that second wild card game on the AFC side. Washington's going to press up.
Must be listening right now, right?
Must be
listening.
Ooh!
Wow.
Ooh! What are you... All right, Cringe doesn't deserve to win. What are you doing taking one of your valuable timeouts there? You better have been about to break a rule that would have gotten you kicked out.
Yeah, he's got it. I want to user up on B too. I'm pressing up 3 deep, and I'm usering against B because that's the one guy that can break over the middle of the field and then get back out of bounds.
He's got to be looking then probably he's going to do B and then
Hooper,
Y.
maybe. Yeah.
He's got Dobbs on that little curved out route. 1st and 10, 3-man rush. Ryan waiting. He's going to look, and he's going to get a DPI and out of bounds. Oh, big mistake.
Why?
All right. Well, you got to decline that because you got an extra 2 yards. You got out of bounds, but only 6 seconds left. You got to find a quick out.
What is Isolated doing there?
What Cringe was doing? Well, you saved that timeout.
Stop him from getting in field goal range because he didn't want to lose. On Isolated's got to be just a little bit smarter than this. Why even go for the pick? Just go for the SWAT. Get away from that guy. There's no reason to just
I don't like the 3 deep call here. Soft coverage. He only needs to pick up a couple. He's got to get probably inside the 40 to have a chance.
Yeah, you got to press up so you stop this out route.
You got the out route, but he can go inside. He has 1 timeout remaining. So he can hit that seam route if it's open, if it's man coverage. Or if it's zone coverage, he's going to be looking for that seam. If it's man coverage, he's looking for Gage on the out. There it is. He's going out route. He threw it to the... He had Y up the seam for a first down with a possession catch, and he predetermined it thinking it was man coverage. It wasn't, and now he's going to have to find a miracle down the field.
Yeah, just a nice, smart quarters 3 deep running the zone. I think that was a smart play. You got to be a man here, though, right?
Yeah, but you can't get a penalty. Could be the last play of the game. See what happens. 2 seconds left on the clock. Ryan dropping back to pass. Double team, looking right side, trying to make his big man make a play. Oh, Ridley almost pulled it down, but great defense from the Washington Redskins. And that's your ball game.
Oh, my gosh. Wow, I thought he held on to that.
What a finish in Washington. The Redskins pull off, Bomber, maybe one of the biggest upsets we've seen in playoff history?
Yeah, absolutely. If you take a look at what Cringe's pedigree is in the NBL, how many times he's been able to go deep into the playoffs, win the division, and completely dominate his opponents, especially opponents like Unisolated throughout the cycles that he's been a part of the NBL. This is a big-time historic upset and a big-time win. This might be like the first playoff win I've seen from Unisolated. I can't recall him winning a playoff game.
Are you looking at chat right now?
Which chat?
Twitch chat. Just say yes or no. You don't have to look at it.
No, I wasn't. No.
Okay, what do you think the first thing that Cringe said when he came to chat was?
DPI.
Yep, there it is. Right there.
Oh, I mean, that's on him, though. I mean, it's already December.
Well, 2nd and 2. This one, our AFC wildcard game, we've hit the second half. It's a 28-24 game, and we get to see one of the great young rookies in the NBL in action for the New York Jets, Harmon Bentley. This running back, Bomber, they didn't really gel. I don't know. Le'Veon Bell didn't seem like he fit into how Bananas likes running the ball. Bentley fits him perfectly.
You've seen already 2 interceptions from Mahomes. That was a bad pass there from Sam Darnold. He's got 1 interception on the day, but it's been pretty much a shootout. But, yeah, like you said, the big explosive plays from Harmon Bentley. Even we saw Le'Veon Bell get on the board, but Bentley's just been unbelievable. As I said earlier, and I'll say it again, the best rookie performance I've seen on the ground, as dominating as he's been in the NBL.
2nd out of 10 for Darnold and the New York Jets. 3 wide receivers as Darnold dropping back to pass, rolling left side, looks back right, finds it. Who else but Harmon Bentley? He'll pick up about 7 yards and set up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, real slippery, tough to catch, great agility, speed, excel, elusiveness. This kid is really tough to bring down. They're going to get aggressive here, huh?
You've got to think so. Does Bananas know any other way?
The way the defense has been playing, I kind of understand it, but you've been able to get a couple turnovers.
Shotgun formation. Play action pass. Darnold stepping right, waiting, looking. He doesn't really have anyone. He's going to try to take off, and he will pick up the 1st down. Sammy, sweet meat, Darnold showing off that 5.4 40 speed.
That was the most lethargic rollout I've ever seen in a playoff game in the NBL, but yet he's still managing to
I
fall
guess
forward.
I'll roll out now. Getting out to the outside.
1st down and 10 for Sam Darnold. He'll hand it to Le'Veon Bell in the backfield. Nowhere to go. Good defense by the Kansas City Chiefs. A phrase you don't get to say too often.
I like to see Le'Veon take that outside. Instead, he stays up. He goes up the middle, but I think they had the edge kind of set. He could have made a play out there. Kind of missed the opportunity there for Le'Veon Bell, who doesn't get many opportunities here with the New York Jets because of the rise of the rookie sensation, Harmon Bentley.
2nd out and 10 for the New York Jets. Once again, that trips to the left side as Darnold steps up, and Darnold's going to sit down. The Kansas City Chiefs with Chandler Jones in the middle gets his 2nd sack of the day and sets up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, this is where the Jets get into trouble. When they're about at the 25 to 35, they get in these long down and distances. Let's see if they can be smart here. He missed the tight end on the right side. He ran a kind of a deep corner, but he could have threw it to him early on the seam. Well, 3-man rush here is going to give the New York Jets a lot of time.
Here we go, 3rd and 15. As Darnold's going to drop back to pass, 3-man rush, stepping up, looking outside, and man, Smith's got to have better on-field awareness because it's the right throw, and Smith just boneheadedly steps out of bounds.
Yeah, your quarterback steps up. And this would actually be a lead for the New York Jets if they hit that 50, I think about a 55-yarder before the end of the half, just short. But yeah, it's a great job by stepping up, climbing the pocket, ripping it, and you just got to think Smith has to get his feet in bounds. That's just a mental mistake that might cost his team.
Well, now we officially get to play who gets a stop because it's only a 1-point game, 28-27. Boy, this Chiefs team, no surprise, they know how to move the ball through the air.
Yeah, the way that you're going to be able to beat them is just force turnovers. They're not going to run the ball very much. You might actually see a run here, and that might be it for the rest of the game. Haven't seen.
Hey, they have 3 rushing yards, sir. Powerhouse. And it's not even a run. They throw it out of that eye tight. Tyreek Hill makes 2-man miss. He's got Adams running him down, but you can't catch Tyreek. Tyreek the freak to the end zone. 75 yards. The Kansas City Chiefs extend the lead back out.
Yeah, you got to stop going for that hit stick on Tyreek Hill. Just play the conservative tackle. Play it smart. He's slippery. He's fast. Fastest in the game. You got to respect that speed. And right there, Bananas is not respecting the speed. He's allowing him to play in space. And that's just what you can't do with Tyreek Hill or he's going to burn you.
Well, he had a nice field goal to cut it back to 1. Now it's an 8-point game as the New York Jets can get the ball. 2:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. One more time. I want to give a big shout out to our NBL Live sponsor, Elgato. If you or anyone you know is trying to up their streaming game, want to make it maybe look a little better, make it a little easier, I highly recommend heading over to elgato.com. The Stream Deck. Boy, you want to talk about one of the underrated products, and Bomber uses it well. That Stream Deck has made streaming so much easier, especially with a broadcast that has many different scenes. So check them out, elgato.com. Sam Darnold, play action pass, rolling out left side, waiting, looking downfield. That's a lot of vertical routes. Playmaker, trying to find him back inside. Lip almost was able to get the user with the Honey Badger, but it's a nice throw from Sam Darnold to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, I thought Lip had a nice beat on it. It was a nice, he reacted well. He just wasn't able to get there to make a play. That could have been a devastating turnover for the New York Jets if he was able to get that interception.
Darren Lee in on the tackle, 35-27, Kansas City on top, AFC wildcard action, handoff, Harmon Bentley goes right into the teeth of the defense and picks up 11 carries, 144 for Harmon Bentley.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's gonna pound you inside until you respect his ability to pick up 3 to 5 on every carry. Then he's going to beat you outside for those big games.
Experts Corner with the 10 months of subscribing says the greatest commentator of all time and a guy named Nick. Well, that's just uncalled for. 2nd and 6. Darnold dropping back to pass, waiting.
Nice dot.
Looking. Anderson, first down. Nice throw from Sam Darnold. 12 of 18, 245.
Yeah, that's just a nice, beautiful pass from Sam Darnold. I think he's been a little rushed today. In the pocket, his feet have just been a little happy. But right there, sets his feet, drives it to the sideline, and they're moving the ball very well on this drive. Let's see if they can get it to the end zone.
Happy feet, good movie, lots of penguins. Draw play. Harmon Bentley, nowhere to go. I was just looking at the Daddy Leagues page and realized there were 5 teams in the NFC that were 8-8. NFC, the division of mediocrity. 35-27, Kansas City on top. Darnold dropping back to pass, man coverage down the field. That's not who I would have thrown to, but
yeah,
makes the
level
play.
Wide open. You got a guy running pretty much parallel with the guy you're fixated on. Just drive the ball upfield just a little bit to the other receiver, and you probably pick up a first down and maybe even some. Right now, Sam Darnold faces another 3rd down, and this is the start of the 4th quarter.
Scores up in the chat. 4th quarter action here in the AFC wildcard. It's a 1-score game going into the 4th. Darnold rolling left on 3rd and 7. He'll throw back right. He'll find Harmon Bentley, but he will not pick up a first down. Bomber, you go for it here on 4th and 3? Apparently the answer is yes.
I don't think I would if I'm the Jets. I think I'd just clean up the hit sticks that I'm doing, take the field goal. I think with this team inability to run, you got an opportunity here.
He's got all the time in the world. Wow. He finds Bentley underneath, but man, he was 2 yards short of the line to gain, and
that's
a
the
turnover.
second time. That's the second time on 4th down that it really just hasn't been a good play call. And right here, you see more of the same. But I would have kicked the field goal because you've already shown that you can get these big turnovers. You have a secondary that can ball hawk. You can get some pressure up front. You just need Patrick Mahomes to make one mistake, and you can capitalize on this and win the game. But right there, they're chasing that 8-point deficit rather than playing kind of the long game here.
Yeah, I mean, Cougs is right. He had him a second earlier. You throw that a little earlier, that purple keeps dropping back, but you wait till that corner closed, and it's just like, well, no luck. Oh, that was a nice catch. I don't know what he was doing with King on the right side. Went for a pick when the ball was nowhere near him, but is still able to make the tackle. And here you go, 3rd and 9, trying to get the Chiefs off the field. Bold adjustment. You got McKinnon with a lot. You got to think you're putting McKinnon on a seam right there. You got nobody over the top of him. Don't know what defense this is. Is Mahomes going to keep him on a little zig route? He'll find Kelsey, but ball is out. Oh, it was bad user defense behind Kelsey, but Kelsey coughs it up. C.J. Mosley with the recovery. Bananas bailed out.
Yeah, that should have just been a swat by Bananas, and it should have been punt unit time for KC, but instead, Kelsey does a great job coming back to the ball, makes the catch, but they're able to force that forced fumble, which they're really good at doing.
A lot of traffic in the middle. He's got a man wide open, and it's an inaccurate pass from Sam Darnold, looking for who else but Mecole Hardman.
Hardman does a great job beating the user right there and then uses his speed to kind of separate, and happy feet Sam Darnold, just unable to get anything consistently down the field here today. He's kind of been the struggle, and especially with the running attack kind of slowing down, he's going to have to make some big plays here for the New York Jets.
3-man front for the Kansas City Chiefs. Darnold, play action pass, 3-man rush. Waiting, looking. He's got the crossing route. He's going to throw it really late this time to Anderson on the playmaker. Boy, are these good reads, or is this fortunate
He's
play?
a little scared right now, just not trusting what's open for the New York Jets.
Handoff to Bentley. Picks up 2. I'd like to see him run the ball again on second down.
Yeah, imagine if they kicked the field goal and they were able to get that fumble on the next drive. This would be a completely different outcome we'd be looking at.
Second down and 8 for Darnold and the New York Jets. Down by 8. Dropping back on second. Dropping back. Looking left side. That's Harmon Bentley. That's their one weapon inside the red zone. They just keep finding Harmon Bentley.
Yeah, and it's not like he's not. It's not like Sam Darnold doesn't have his eyes downfield. He really does. Just nobody's open. Selective play call inside the red zone is key to your success right there. The Jets have it just doesn't look like they've opened their book up maybe a little too much, not too comfortable.
It's just one of those things where you've seen them drop back with the safeties and everybody on the goal line as it's a handoff to Bentley. Got to cut it inside early. See, and this is what I hate. Okay, 3rd and 2. You know it's probably a run, especially with Harmon Bentley. But on 2nd and 8, when Kansas City has been dropping everyone back and sending 3, you don't run the ball. You run vertical concepts into the zones. He's getting out-thought right now.
Yeah, a little too aggressive and not confident to make the throw. He's had some open throws, and he's kind of hesitated and playmakered. Just
Number
not
2
a sharp
invert.
game.
Got to go for it here. He's almost at the 2-minute warning. Darnold dropping back on 4th and 4. Throws over the middle. That's Anderson. He's short of the line again. A lot of routes run short of the first down marker, and the Jets are stopped one more time.
Yeah, on 4th down, the New York Jets have no clue how to pick up a 4th down. Even the Sam Darnold favorable fall forward. Watch the rookie here on this post route.
Wait, Walters. He goes to the out route to Gallup. I think Walters is gone if you hit him.
Yeah,
that was
would
cover
not go
0
to the
hero
out route against Desmond King
on a safety, by the way. Questionable play calling from the New York Jets.
There's a wham here.
Oh, halfback wham action. Boy, remember how good that was 2 Maddens ago?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Definitely don't see it at all.
Coog says, just like NBL trips, Bananas is going to be leaving the playoffs early. 2nd and 11 for the Kansas City Chiefs, up by 8. They're going to drop back to pass. A little tight end angle. Oh, he had the corner out for a first down. But with Bananas hit stick happiness, any play can be a first down. It's 3rd and 1. No timeout taken by the Jets.
Yeah, and the hit stick happiness is getting even more ridiculous because he's down 8, so he feels like he has to force something. Just big time trouble here for the New York Jets.
3rd and 1. Let's see what they decide to do. They're probably passing it. Pressed up. Probably looking for Kelsey out of the backfield on that angle route. Nope, right up the seam to Walters. Late click on, and New York will take their first timeout. Feel like this game is, the fat lady's not singing, but she's definitely at the theater, and she's gargling salt water backstage.
Yeah, now you're just looking for some type of hit stick fumble. I would like to see the Chiefs turn conservative on here, but they're going to stay aggressive.
Kind of double move on the outside. What are we doing here? More. And again, we're back to Bomber getting out-thought. If you're the Jets, don't you got to know who you're playing and go, Kansas City probably isn't running the ball. So the cover 0 hero is useless.
Yeah, and if they do run the ball, your drop coverage zone has done fine against the run.
Yeah.
For KC, as you see right there.
Oh, it's like just a shed in the middle. I mean, let's not pretend like this Kansas City offensive line is the greatest in the league. You've had success, and now on 3rd and 7, you got to think probably you're looking at some sort of RPO. No, he might go empty. Lips thinking about ending this game here.
Wow. He's getting aggressive. He wants to take it off the table here, and he wants to just find himself.
Yep. Why not find your star tight end, Travis Kelce? 18 of 20, 395, 5 touchdowns, 2 picks. And Bomber, for you, the New York Jets, all you're looking back on in this game is the missed opportunities.
Yeah, a lot of missed opportunities and bad decision-making. I think going for that 4th down with about, 4 minutes left in the game,
yep.
I think he just should have kicked the field goal. 35-30 puts a little bit of pressure on KC because they know if they had to punt the ball to you, potentially could steal this game. Instead, he went for the glory, trying to tie it up and chase the points. And I think that was just a huge mistake for the New York Jets.
We had 2 great playoff games tonight. So happy you guys could join us. Programming note, I'll be out in California for the final of the Club Championship qualifiers with the North Divisions. Check us out. That's going to be Thursday and Friday over on the EA Madden NFL channel. Our next broadcast here on NBL Live will be in question mark. It depends on the schedule. If the Super Bowl isn't until Saturday, we'll have a broadcast maybe. But it looks like probably it's going to be on bonus coverage with your man Bomber.
Yeah,
Bomber,
so,
are you going to be able to handle a Super Bowl by yourself?
Hey, I'm going to try. As long as it's a close game and everything's going well, I think it'll be a good show. If it's a blowout, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do it by myself. We'll probably just cut it early.
Well, make sure you head over to our clothing website, cfnclothing.com. Check out the NBL merchandise. You can see the new Legacy line of clothing right above my head over that way. So make sure you check it out. But check me out for the club championships. Make sure you hit that follow button so each and every time we go live, because are we going to have a Building the Franchise coming up?
Yeah, we got a Building the Franchise reveal for Season 43. We're going back to the old format. We're going to be following one team throughout NBL Season 43, and all their games are going to be broadcast on this channel, twitch.tv/NBL Network. So we'll have a Building the Franchise on the weekend, and then we'll do some bonus coverage with that team during the week.
Going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you hit that follow button to know each and every time we go live. Appreciate you guys. Great turnout tonight, and we appreciate you guys supporting Madden streamers. Stick with us for a second. I'm going to go raid somebody. Just debating on who I want to raid. Let me see. Let me check in on Zan. I want to see if he's going offline soon. He's still playing. We're going to raid Zan. He's my guy, so we're going to raid him. So make sure you throw your NBL emotes in the chat. Let him know NBL sent you. There we go. We're setting it up. So throw your NBL emotes in the chat. Let them know NBL sent you. Appreciate all you guys out there who hung out with us tonight. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And make sure that you join us next time for some more franchise action. We got some stuff for the offseason coming up next week, and we got a big stream coming up on Tuesday night. We'll have drops and giveaways. More information on that upcoming. We're going to get out of here. For my co-host Bomber, I am Nick Mazesco. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time right here on NBL Live.